Somebody in here today knows what it's like to wrestle with doubt. Doubt will creep in when you're right on the edge of breakthrough. Doubt will whisper in your ear, you're not good enough. You don't have what it takes. You'll never make it. But I came to tell you today, the devil is a liar. Your destiny is too important to let doubt derail it. See, destiny doesn't ask permission from fear. Destiny doesn't wait for everybody to agree. And destiny won't stop because of what's against you. You've got to make up your mind today that doubt may knock on the door, but faith is going to answer, because when you refuse to let doubt hold you back, nothing can stop you from walking into the future God has already prepared for you. Doubt is more than just a fleeting thought. It is a persistent shadow that tries to follow you everywhere you go, whispering lies into your mind when you are most vulnerable. It has a way of disguising itself as caution, convincing you that hesitation is wisdom, when in reality it is a chain holding you back from the purpose that was carved out specifically for you. Every great dream, every vision that has ever changed the world has been met with doubt, not just from others, but from the very person called to fulfill it. You see, doubt does not only attack the inexperienced, it finds its way into the hearts of those with talent, those with gifts, and those with a destiny already mapped out by God. It is subtle in its approach, often planting questions that seem reasonable at first, until they grow into fears that paralyze your decision making. When doubt enters, it brings with it hesitation, second guessing, and the temptation to settle for less than what was promised. It tells you that the timing is wrong, that you're not prepared, and that others are better suited to the task, all while trying to convince you that giving up is the only safe choice. But doubt cannot create, it can only destroy. It cannot build your future. It can only block the door to it. Every step you take, every choice you make, it becomes compromised when doubt has a foothold. Yet the same force that sows doubt can also be overcome with determination, faith, and unwavering focus. Doubt may be loud and persistent, but it cannot compete with a heart that is anchored in purpose, a spirit that is determined to move forward, and a mind that refuses to accept limitations. History is filled with examples of people who faced overwhelming doubt and yet pressed on anyway. They knew that if they allowed doubt to dictate their path, they would never reach the destiny waiting for them. It takes courage to face doubt head on, to stare it in the face and say, I will not be swayed. I will not be stopped. I will fulfill what I was created to do by. Doubt tries to make you small, to convince you that your dreams are too big. But destiny is never satisfied with mediocrity. It calls for boldness, persistence, and faith in something greater than your own understanding. And every time doubt whispers, it is an opportunity to choose belief over fear, to take action in spite of uncertainty, and to rise above the limitations that try to define you. Doubt will never go away entirely, but your response to it will determine whether it controls you or propels you forward. When you recognize doubt for what it really is, a temporary voice that challenges you but does not define you, you take back the power to pursue your destiny with confidence, conviction, and relentless faith. Faith over fear is not just a saying, it is a deliberate choice that every person must make if they hope to walk in the fullness of their purpose. Fear has a way of paralyzing the human spirit, whispering lies that make mountains appear insurmountable and possibilities seem unreachable. It convinces you that the risk is too great, that the world is too dangerous, that you are too small to make a difference. But faith, true faith, is the refusal to let fear dictate your steps. Faith is seeing beyond what your eyes can perceive, trusting in the unseen, and believing in the promises that have been placed in your heart. It is a force that empowers you to move forward even when the path is unclear, to speak words of life when everything around you is shouting defeat, and to keep pressing toward your goals when every logical part of your mind says to stop. When fear rises up, a faith steps in and reminds you of your calling, your gifts, and the destiny that is already laid out for you. It does not ignore reality, but it refuses to let temporary circumstances determine permanent outcomes. Faith gives you the courage to take bold steps, to pursue opportunities that others might shy away from, and to stand strong in the face of opposition. Every great breakthrough in history has been the result of someone choosing faith over fear, someone daring to trust that their vision was bigger than their doubts, someone believing that what God had placed in their heart was worth fighting for. Faith is not passive. It requires action, persistence, and resilience. It is the quiet, steady voice inside that says, I may not see the entire path, but I trust the one who does. Fear, on the other hand, thrives in hesitation and doubt, trying to convince you that comfort is better than progress, that safety is better than risk, that the unknown is too dangerous to explore. Choosing faith over fear is a daily decision, a conscious act of refusing to let anxiety, worry, or insecurity control your future. It is standing firm when the storms rage, walking boldly when the road is dark, and holding on to hope when everything around you suggests giving up. And faith over fear transforms obstacles into stepping stones, setbacks into lessons, and challenges into opportunities for growth. It empowers you to rise above criticism, to persist despite failure, and to keep moving forward when others have given up. Fear may knock on the door repeatedly, but faith always answers with courage, determination, and an unwavering belief that the best is yet to come. By choosing faith, you activate the power to step into the destiny that has been prepared for you, to live boldly and to fulfill the purpose that no fear can ever diminish. Your potential is not defined by your past, and it is certainly not limited by the mistakes you have made along the way. Every person carries within them a capacity for greatness, a spark that can ignite into a life-changing purpose if given the chance to flourish. Far too often, we allow regret, shame, and failure to become the measuring sticks for what we believe we can accomplish, but your past is simply a classroom, not a prison. Every misstep, every wrong turn, and every disappointment is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to prepare for the destiny that lies ahead. Your potential is bigger than the times you have been overlooked, bigger than the doors that were closed in your face, and bigger than the naysayers who said you could not succeed. It is a force that waits patiently inside of you, urging you to rise above doubt, criticism, and fear. To embrace your potential, you must first recognize that it is not dependent on external validation. No one can give it to you, and no one can take it away. It is a gift that has been placed within you, designed to impact your world in ways that only you can accomplish. Every seed of talent, every dream, every ambition is a piece of the blueprint for the life you were meant to live. Potential does not disappear because of failure. It is strengthened by perseverance. It grows stronger when you refuse to be defined by circumstances, and it flourishes when you commit to action in spite of uncertainty. Too many people settle for mediocrity because they underestimate their own potential or allow the fear of repeating past mistakes to hold them back. But your history does not dictate your destiny, and the limitations imposed by yesterday have no power over tomorrow. You have the ability to reinvent yourself, to rise from setbacks, and to pursue greatness with renewed energy and purpose. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a declaration that your potential cannot be contained, that your future is worth fighting for, and that you were created for more than what you have experienced so far. Recognizing your potential requires courage, faith, and relentless persistence. It calls for you to silence the voices that doubt you, to embrace the lessons that life has taught you, and to take bold, decisive action toward your dreams. Potential is the quiet, persistent reminder that your life matters, that your gifts have value, and that your destiny is waiting on the other side of fear and hesitation. It is a force that cannot be diminished by failure, delayed by setbacks, or overshadowed by criticism. Every time you step into your calling, pursue your dreams, and refuse to let the past define you, your potential becomes a reality, and the world begins to witness the power that has been inside you all along. Action in spite of doubt is the bridge between dreams and reality, the point where vision transforms into victory. Doubt will try to freeze you in place, convincing you that you are not ready, that the timing is wrong, or that the obstacles are too great to overcome. It will whisper lies that make hesitation feel safe and inaction feel wise. But at every great achievement in history, every story of triumph, it began with someone deciding to move forward even when the path was unclear and fear was knocking at the door. Action is not the absence of fear or uncertainty. It is the choice to step forward anyway, trusting that the purpose within you is stronger than the doubt around you. When you take action despite your doubts, you begin to break the hold that hesitation has over your life. Every step you take becomes a declaration that your destiny is bigger than your fear, that your calling is more powerful than your uncertainty, and that your dreams are worth pursuing even when the world says otherwise. The smallest act of courage can set in motion a chain of events that leads to unimaginable breakthroughs, because doubt only has power when it keeps you frozen. Action in the face of doubt is also a demonstration of faith in yourself and in the divine plan that is at work in your life. It is a refusal to let temporary uncertainty dictate permanent outcomes. Every time you move forward, even when your mind and heart are filled with questions, you strengthen your confidence, sharpen your resolve, and build momentum that propels you closer to the life you were created to live. Doubt may be loud and persistent, but it cannot withstand consistent, deliberate action. The very act of moving forward teaches you lessons, builds resilience, and reveals possibilities that hesitation would have kept hidden. It forces you to rely on creativity, determination, and faith in ways that comfort and inaction never could. Action is the antidote to doubt because it transforms fear into experience, uncertainty into progress, and hesitation into growth. The people who accomplish extraordinary things are not those who waited for doubt to disappear. They are those who pressed on, who trusted that each step forward, no matter how small, was part of the journey toward fulfillment. By acting in spite of doubt, you claim the power to write your own story, to turn potential into results, and to live the life that was meant for you, proving that doubt is never strong enough to stop a heart determined to rise and a spirit committed to victory. God's plan for your life is bigger than any fear, any obstacle, and any voice of doubt that tries to tell you otherwise. There will always be moments when the road seems unclear, when the mountains seem too high, and when the storms around you threaten to overwhelm your spirit. But the truth is that nothing can stop what God has ordained for you. His plan is not dependent on circumstances, on timing, or on the approval of others. It is already written, already designed, and already equipped with everything necessary for you to walk it out. When doubt tries to whisper, "You can't do this," or fear shouts, it's impossible, God's plan quietly continues to move forward, and it calls for you to keep moving as well. Trusting in that a plan requires patience, faith, and the courage to keep stepping forward even when the path is uncertain. It means me believing that every challenge, every closed door, and every delay is part of a larger purpose, shaping you, preparing you, and positioning you to fulfill what has been promised. God's plan does not fail because people doubt you, circumstances change, or the world says no. It cannot be thwarted by limitation, criticism, or temporary setbacks. Every step you take in alignment with His plan strengthens your faith, reveals your gifts, and opens doors that no human effort could ever create. To embrace God's plan is to recognize that your destiny is not in your hands alone. It is guided by a power that sees the beginning and the end, that knows the way even when you cannot, and that equips you with strength when you feel weak. Doubt and uncertainty will try to make you stop, to make you question your worth, and to make you believe that the obstacles are too great. But God's plan does not operate according to fear. It operates according to purpose. Walking in that plan requires courage, the kind that gets up when you fall. That speaks life when everyone else speaks doubt, and that persists even when progress seems invisible. Every choice you make to trust, every act of obedience, and every step taken in faith moves you closer to what has already been ordained for your life. God's plan is unstoppable because it is fueled by His wisdom, power, and timing. No doubt, no fear, and no delay can prevent it from coming to pass, and your willingness to trust and obey is what allows you to walk fully in the destiny He has prepared. When you align your actions, your heart, and your spirit with that plan, you tap into a supernatural momentum that carries you beyond limitations, beyond setbacks, and beyond the doubts that try to hold you back. proving that his promises are always true and that your destiny is unstoppable.